Hey folks, this is Positive Tiger Gamer coming back at you with my question and answer series. On this part, on our second part of our Q&A, we're going to be answering a good question that came forth to me on one of my community posts about how it is in Connecticut. And let me tell you folks, living in Connecticut, in my personal opinion, is really good, despite the cold weather that we get up here in the New England section of the United States. Really, besides the cold weather in the wintertime, and that, despite being in southern part of the New England section of the United States, which you can find on any United States map, really, Connecticut is kind of like that place where, is one of the smaller states that people really don't talk about as much, unless something major goes on. But anyway, really living in Connecticut is being like really good in that. It's interesting because really there's really much I want to go into, but I'll save it for a large video. But for a quick Q&A session on it, living in Connecticut is fun. Interesting. We have a lot of things to do. We're known a lot of things. We're the constitutional state, which was where the Constitution was kind of hidden. Apparently, if you look in the history. We also have the nutmeg state as well. But really living in Connecticut, it's good in that. Depends on where you live. Like I live more in the inland section of Connecticut, where it's good. Where like we don't get the cold sea breeze off it compared to our counterparts along the coastline. In that sense, we are part of the southern section of New England. And really that's it. And locally speaking, I love my town that I live in the state. It's a nice community that everybody knows each other. It's kind of like for a lot of people who might know the show Cheers, where the saying goes, where everybody knows your name. Well, that is actually true in my town. In terms of the state, it's small, pretty busy with a lot of different industrial sections in that mixed in with recreational. There's a lot of things to do in my state compared to other states and that. So really, Connecticut is a good place to live. Unfortunately, the taxes are high. I will admit that. And our roads kind of suck. But we are improving there in those areas. So don't let that be a downer in that, folks. So if you guys want, come check out my state of Connecticut. I will link the state's website down in the description for you all, so you can go check out our state and go learn some more about our state. And stick around for a larger episode of Connecticut where I will be defining the whole entire state to the best of my ability while doing a bit of comparison work with a colleague. So really, to answer your question, Rose the Otter official, really living in Connecticut is good in that if you like the cold weather, you can come live here. But really, we got a lot of different places to go in that. In the area where I live, I'm smack dab practically almost in the middle of the state where it takes me at least an hour to get everywhere, but I can get to our east, west, or northern borders of the state. So we bordered along New York, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. So Connecticut is definitely a nice place to come check out. We have a lot of things to do in that. So folks, feel free to check us out. Come check out the state of Connecticut and let me know what you all think, how it is. So folks, this is Positive Tiger Gamer. And this concludes Part 2 of my question and answer series. Stick around for Part 3 when I talk about where I answer another question. Have a good one, folks.